We are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Icy Gaming, and I'm very excited to be hosting today's stream to kick off Abstract August. That's right, we're speedrunning. Oh, hold on. I've got my audio in the back. Okay. I could hear myself on the Abstract stream, which is good. We've got audio, so that's always good. We are speedrunning Abstract August and celebrating the announcement of YGG Play partnering with the hit on-chain RPG Gigaverse. You guys already know. We've got an exciting show planned. I have Gabby from YGG, Dith from Gigaverse, and Eli from Max Abstraction coming on to tell us about this new exciting partnership and what it means for Web3 gaming, Gigaverse, Abstract, and publishing. So without further ado, let's just bring them on. We also have some very special surprise guests, which should be really, really fun. Let's get Dith up there, and we'll save our surprise guest for just a minute. I don't know how long we have him for, so we're going to get him on here in just a second. But Gabby, Dith, Eli, thank you guys so much for being here. I just want to quickly go around the horn and welcome each of you to the stage and see how you're doing. We'll start with Gabby because it's evening there. So good morning, good evening. Thank you for being here, Gabby. How are you?
I'm doing great. Just past midnight here, but I'm really pumped.
Massive announcements. I can't wait to get into them and talk more about that. YGG Play is crushing. I should say that I am a YGG partner. This is not a sponsored stream, but I do work with YGG, and it's such an honor and pleasure.
Your swag gives it away.
Yeah. We also have Dith, the legend, the man himself. This is actually our first time chatting on a stage, Dith, so it's really nice to have you. Thank you for being here. It's a big day for Gigaverse. How are you doing?
Yeah, doing fucking great. Thanks. Is this the first time?
We've probably done like a Twitter stage or something, but first official one.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, what a good one to kick off with then.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, you see the Max Abstraction in the background. One of my oldest friends in the space, actually. The man of the year on Abstract, proof of Eli, showing us proof that he's not only the best hooper in Web3, but the best Abstract streamer as well with his show, Max Abstraction. I appreciate you being here, man. How you doing?
Good. I'm excited to be here. I think Sam's rubbed off on you a little bit the way with the intros. But yeah, I'm excited to be here. I'm a big fan of Icy since day one, and it's been cool to watch you grow. So it's awesome to be on one of your shows now.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Shout out to Sam Stefanina. He has definitely taught me well. And surprise guest coming in from the top ropes, just so I can flex my pull a little bit. We have the hottest man in crypto Twitter, the merchant of narratives, ICO Beast, man. Thank you so much for joining us and taking some time, dude. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for hitting me up. It's been a big day for us. Obviously, I know that we're here talking about a couple of other releases and things on Abstract, but really big day for us launching the Abstract Arcade. And I think the month of August is going to be a really fun time for everybody that's building on Abstract.
Abstract August is in full swing, and I'm super excited to kind of be speedrunning it today with YGG and Gabby and Gigaverse, man. So yeah, I'd love to kind of get into that. We so just to set the stage a little bit, we got some fun little mini games. So ICO Beast, we'll do a mini game with you first, but before we do that, Eli is going to be playing some Gigaverse in the background with the energy that he has. Let me bring that onto the stage. So we'll have fun with that while we kind of chat with Gabby and Dith about this partnership. We'll have some other people kind of jump in from time to time, so it should be fun. But yeah, let's set the stage real quick. It was announced today that Gigaverse is becoming the first third-party publishing partner with YGG Play to, quote, redefine the game publisher dynamic. So, Gabby, I'd just like to start with you a bit and hear a bit more about YGG Play and how you're thinking about things as a game publisher. You've obviously had a ton of success with Lowland, which was developed in-house, right?
That's right.
But now YGG is moving more into game publishing with Gigaverse, with them being the first third-party game. So I want to give you the floor just to talk about that, explain kind of how you're thinking about YGG Play and this new Gigaverse partnership.
Sure. So I've been in the game industry over 20 years. been a developer for most of them, and we work with a lot of publishers, big and small. And honestly, in Web2, a lot of the publisher developer relationships just suck. It's just that like there's a power dynamic because the publisher is funding the developer, and the publisher collects all of the money, and then after a bit of time that money goes to the developer, and the publisher can cancel the game at any time. So the incentives were often misaligned, and this is something that we wanted to change coming into Web3. Obviously we've developed Lowland ourselves, and when we saw the like really fast start that we had 2 months ago in May, we knew that we wanted to get into publishing, but we didn't want to get into publishing deals like I experienced in Web2. I think there's some really cool things that you can do in Web3. Big part of that is smart contracts where you can actually exchange value with other people. And so, like, we wanted to approach publishing wherein we work with partners that we really like, that we think can help grow each other's audience, and then use the kind of magic of blockchain so that we can either exchange assets, exchange money permissionlessly, and yeah, just use that. And I fortunately I got introduced to DIT very early on in the process, and what I always tell people is that the magic thing about this partnership is that DIT doesn't actually need us to publish his game. I mean, he's already freaking very profitable. Like, he has a great audience, and it's really our privilege to have Dith and Gigaverse as our first partner, meaning that all of the distribution that we've done in the last few years running YGG, the marketing that we can bring, just the acceleration we can do that not just for Lowland, but for Gigaverse as well.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense tapping into the distribution that YGG has. I think that you guys have done an incredible job over the past few years, really like dedicating yourselves to Web3 gaming, to figuring this out, to trying to push the space forward. So it's really exciting to kind of see you guys move in this direction. I want to go to Dith, but before I do, I just want to check in with Eli to see how things are going, because it's so cool to see the game being played, and I want to make sure that we get some commentary before he runs out of energy.
No, we'll be good on energy. I think I have enough for a while.
The game has evolved so much, like since I first played it. I mean, Eli, like, I don't know, just talk us through the gameplay real quick that we've got on the screen.
Yeah, so right now, Gigaverse had a latest expansion where I think it's called the Void Dungeon. I'm sure there's another name for it, but the term I've been using is Void Dungeon. They've expanded it. So now when you kill enemies in this new dungeon, you actually earn abstract XP stubs, which then translate to abstract XP that you can get every Tuesday, which has been really cool because for me, it's been fun being able to strategically line myself up to earn XP, whereas in other games it's kind of a toss in the air. You don't know what metrics that the games or protocols are distributing it among players. So it's been fun. You get to burn accessories that you earn through other game modes, and just kind of keeps the ecosystem in cycle.
I love that. Dith, let's go to you, man, the man of the hour. I'd love to hear a little bit more about why you chose to work with YGG, what it means for the future of Gigaverse. I know the plan is to have Gigaverse in the hands of every man, woman, and child. So I'm really curious, how you're thinking about that. Obviously, Gigaverse has found a ton of success. It's really taken Web3 gaming by storm. You found a ton of traction with a super fun and addicting game loop, an awesome IP. And, I know ICO beasts are like this. You're driving real significant revenue, the revenue meta, as we like to call it. So I guess, actually, before we get into, the partnership, how surreal has it just been for you this year to see the success of Gigaverse? It feels like you guys came out of the gate swinging and just haven't let your foot off the gas.
I mean, it's been a blast. Like, we launched, I say this often, we launched the game really, we built it. We built a game that we ourselves, first and foremost, would love. There was no, I've definitely built businesses where you're like putting spreadsheets and projections and business plans. There was none of that. There was like a couple of guys in a Discord building this thing over a few months. And so when we launched this, this was like a love letter to gaming, and we didn't set any expectations. In hindsight, like, we're so grateful for that, because it's just kept us very free and creative, and like, we're having a lot of fun building this thing. And then kind of through necessity, right? Like, I think the revenue meta was kind of already in swing, and back in sort of February. It's kind of gained more and more momentum as time has gone on, and like, you have protocols like Hyperliquid, like ripping. But we monetized early through necessity. We bootstrapped, and we're like, we put like a bunch of time into this. All of us were working like other jobs when we launched the game, and it simply just had to make sense, right? It's like an opportunity cost. There was like time we were spending away from our families and shit. So we're like, let's just charge. But in hindsight, it's such a great sort of decision, and I really encourage other founders to just charge, because like, first, it's a litmus test, right? If people actually like your thing enough to like pay $10 for it. And secondly, this is just business fundamentals. It's crazy that we're like in a revenue meta. Like, this should have like kind of always been the meta, right? And yeah, things have just gone really well ever since. And like, now to riff off like what Gabby said, I mean, Gabby's extremely humble there. We're happy with the traction so far, but we are super ambitious. And Gabby and his team have been like, we stand on the shoulders of giants here. They were out in the trenches figuring out how to build these products and do these things and reach these players and host these events really before anyone else in the space. And so there's incredible wealth of experience and network, and it's a no-brainer for us. As I say, like, we want to keep growing Gigaverse, and I think we're happy with what we're able to do organically. But to take it to the next level, you have to think about like who the best partners are to achieve that, and where you can reach new audiences. And to Gabby's point as well, there are some partners out there who maybe have this kind of reach and capability, but they're just fucking dicks. And like, you don't want to work with them, you don't want to deal with them. They, it's imbalanced, it's this, it's that. And we had a completely different experience with the boys. We're like that same level of fun that we're having of like just hanging out in a chat and shooting the shit and doing this and doing that and like creating stuff. It really feels like an extension of the team. So, this is just the beginning, but very excited to build on this.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun working on this together, which is always a good sign.
Yeah, that's been my experience as well with everybody on the stage. I think we all kind of share that mentality of long-term games with long-term people, and everyone here has like demonstrated that. I want to loop in ICO Beast real quick. ICO Beast, because I know that you like, this is what you preach upon as well. So curious if you have any reactions to, what we've been discussing so far. Do you have any questions? I want to kind of get you into the conversation, and then also I want to plug Proof of Play real quick. But ICO, man, what do you think of the revenue meta? Is it here to stay or what?
I think it's really interesting. Like, every few months, almost, it feels like crypto realizes a lesson that was learned from like real world businesses. And we've speed run basically 100 years of capital markets in like 12 or 13 years at this point. And so most recently we discovered that businesses need to make money. So that's kind of interesting. It's not this like, oh, we can like financially engineer a token anymore. It's like, oh, customers want to see businesses that make money, and those are the kind of places they're going to support. So it's funny that we call it a meta when it's like quite literally just how like real sustainable things have to function.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. Real quick, I just want to go on a quick tangent because this is so interesting, and I've actually been covering it on Gaming Daily. ICO Beast, you recently just joined Proof of Play. Eli, you also joined Gigaverse. We have these like crypto Twitter leads, if you will. So maybe like, just, an audible to the panel here. Like, we're here to talk about Web3 game publishing, right? How do we, further this industry? How do we further these games? And we're seeing not only great games, real revenue, but also really strong partnerships and alignments with, personalities like Eli, like ICO Beast. So I don't know, just kind of open question to the panel, like your thoughts on that, your comments. ICO, how's it been, joining Proof of Play, this first week or so? And then, maybe I'll go to Eli and, we can try and tease Dith to talk bad about Eli or something. I don't know.
Yeah, man, it's been really fun. I guess I've been here almost 3 weeks now, even though we just announced it kind of mid last week. I was onboarding and kind of helping craft up the internal narrative and get things in place. The company before I got here was building a lot of really interesting tech and like have kind of stockpiled a lot of really interesting product. And so we're lining everything up to kind of roll out in sequence and in a way that makes sense, and to really get everybody behind the vision for the next X number of years. So it's been really fun. I think that internally we're all aligned with this understanding of good companies make money, they make fun games, they make good services that people need to use. And I am very, very excited to share kind of what's coming next. And that will be over the next couple of weeks. We'll be slow dripping out a lot of really interesting stuff that lines up with all of our thoughts on revenue generation and the meta, if that's what we want to call it. So really excited to be here. It's like a really electric time, and everybody's excited. Everybody's really like fueled up because of the stuff that's been built and that we're ready to share with the masses.
Definitely feeling like those bull market tingles, man. Eli, I want to go to you, but I also want to ask you if you're ready to switch to Gigaland. I'd love to kind of get that on the board, because that is going to play into the mini game that I've got for our special guest here, ICO Beast. But yeah, Eli, I mean, how has it been joining Gigaverse, and kind of like what did that kind of mean for the both of you?
Well, for me, like it was nice because I was already playing Gigaverse nonstop. Like this is basically, yeah. I mean, Gigaverse was basically, when I got into Abstract back in, I think February is when I started playing the games, and then March is when I started making content. But in February, there was a couple games I'd play on Abstract. I think it was early days, so it's not that they were bad games, but I just don't think there was a lot of time for deeper games to be built. And, I had played around a little bit. I eventually found Gigaverse. I don't remember when. It was definitely way post-launch. And I don't know, I just fell in love with it. It was at its base level still. It was only the first dungeon, right? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot originally, which is the joke. That's all Gigaverse is. But I don't know.
That was the litmus test. Talk about litmus test. Like, that's all there is.
Well, originally, you could break it down to the core gameplay of that, but then if you really look into it deeper, it's, you can min-max it a little bit more. And for me, I don't know if it's as I get older, I'm less into fast twitch FPSs, and I'm starting to enjoy things that actually take a lot of strategy. And yeah, Gigaverse kind of filled that itch of my, 90s growing up kind of Game Boy dungeon games, as well as crypto itch. And so, yeah, I was playing it a lot, enjoying it a lot. And, I was naturally repping it on the timeline and championing it. And so it was really cool. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. Dith kind of hit me up as like, hey, like, let's have a talk. And we just kind of chatted. And this came after I took like a big bet and bought the most expensive ROM in the collection, which is like, I think it was like 1.2 ETH. But it was just because I realized I was sitting down. I was like, I'm buying all these things that I don't really care about just to flip it. I'm playing this game every single morning when I wake up. Like, it's part of my habit. Why not just invest in it? Because I was getting tired of running out of energy. I wanted to keep playing more. So I just kind of bought it, and then Dith hit me up, and I was like, this is what I want. Like, there's very few things I would partner with, like, on a serious level. And if it's something that I enjoy to the core of me, then it's a no-brainer.
I love that, man. I love that. One of the things that you said that really stands out is like the mechanics of the game that you fall in love with, that are addicting, that you're just playing it because that's what you want to play. And I know, like, this partnership with YGG, I mean, that's what you're designing with Lowland and working with partners now like Dith and Gigaverse. So I want to kind of tie back into that. Yeah. We have to talk about this board in a second, because this board is absolutely just iconic and beautiful.
It is.
But I want to go to Gabby. Gabby, man, like, what does it mean to you to, like, when you see these kind of partnerships happening, ICO Beast and Proof of Play and Eli and Gigaverse, and then like the game mechanics getting better and to the point where people are buying the most expensive ROMs in the game to keep playing. Like, how do you think of that as from the publisher standpoint, kind of seeing the industry evolve and like what it just kind of means for us as Web3 gamers and builders, you know, in 2025 and looking forward?
I got into Axie like October of 2018, so that's almost going on 7 years now.
Yeah.
We've definitely gone a long way. There's been a lot of false starts. There's been a lot of money raised. There's been a lot of money spent. And I think that things are still continuously evolving. I really like the revenue meta, obviously. Who doesn't like making revenue? But it's also a sign that the game actually has product market fit. I'm still not sure up to this day, like, is it going to be a shooter? Is it going to be a TCG? Is it going to be some really degen games? Obviously, we've kind of thrown our hat into the ring with the casual degen genre, and that we're trying to define. But I think that the revenue is an extremely strong signal because, yeah, like.
Oh, do we lose Gabby a little bit?
He's frowning. He's stuck in an infinite frown.
Oh, so good.
I think
I think a screenshot.
I think you're back, Gabby.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah.
You were just talking about the revenue.
Yeah. Just revenue meta means that like Dith isn't gonna go out of business anytime soon. YGG's not gonna go business anytime soon, which means we're gonna keep making these games and make them better as long as people like paying for them.
Yeah, I love that. I had a really good question, but I got thrown off a little bit. I do want to shout out to everybody in the chat tuning in. We are live across Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. We got Abstract going. It's super fun. So I want to talk more about the board and kind of like, that was my question. So I want to ask you, Gabby, about you have this phrase, casual games, degen outcomes. And I want to hear a little bit more about that because obviously you've been doing that. Dith has been hitting that with Gigaverse. But before I do, I'll give you a second to think about your answer. I'm going to introduce the first mini game between me and ICO Beast in total degen style. It's going to be completely RNG. So Eli, we're going to need you as well. So hold on to your spins for a second.
That's on auto.
Okay, we'll turn off auto for a second.
Okay.
So ICO Beast and I are gonna go spin for spin. Eli, you're gonna spin once for me and then once for ICO Beast, and whoever gets the highest number is gonna win. Okay. And if ICO Beast wins, he's a whale, so I'm gonna up my prize here. I'm gonna give him $20 in YGG. It's gonna be everyone else who's joining $10. So I haven't got it like that, but $20 in YGG. Now, ICO Beast, this is where the skill comes into play. You get to pick. Do you want the first roll for Eli or the second roll?
I need to go rig our RNG real quick and then tell you. I think I want the second roll.
Okay, all right. So ICO Beast has got the second roll. If he rolls a higher number than me, he'll win $20 in YGG token. So
Eli, what do you win? If you
just win not paying.
Okay. These are the best kind of games. No downside for me.
Yeah. It's a free roll for ICO Beast.
You're not even trying to hustle some pirate token out of ICO Beast?
That's a good ICO Beast. Want to go one for one?
I'm not allowed to touch anything right now. I can't.
He'll send you 20 credits of tides.
We should have everybody go play some iTides with the credits. They're cheap enough that anybody can touch it.
We got to talk about that. Spoken like a true lawyer, ICO Beast. I respect you min-maxing this free roll here. So Eli, I'm gonna take the first roll. Let's see what we get, please. Seven?
Yeah,
not bad.
Seven, not bad.
I think I made a huge mistake.
All right, Eli. For $20 in YGG, going to ICO Beast, hit that roll.
Oh shit!
Just kidding. No mistakes were made.
Damn it, dude. I mean, classic ICO beast. Did anyone think that was going to go any other way?
I thought you had it in the bag. I'm not gonna lie.
7-11 for the ICO beast. That's why they call him, the beast, man. Super fun. Thank you guys for humoring me on that. Shout out to the chat. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Shout out to you, Maddox. I see you. I appreciate you. So yeah, going back to Gabby and Dith. I forgot my original question, but I hope you guys remembered.
I don't know, but I have to say this board is sick. Like,
Yeah.
Seeing the actual, I didn't realize it was going to do this, but seeing the actual, like whatever you land on, like, let's see, this one's going to, I don't know what a ring would be, but like, I think it's cool watching them actually do the dungeon fights in the middle. I think that's really, really dope.
That's right.
Gabby, your art team really went to town on this one. It's such a cool, like, bringing to life of our art, but in your game. Like, it looks,
I think
belongs.
What I'm proudest out of this board is that you can see that, like, we love Gigaverse and how the details were put in the game, in our game. Like, yeah, we didn't just slap this together. We fucking love Gigaverse.
I wanted to ask about the casual degens, degen outcome, but like, we're here on the board. Let's talk about the board. I bought it today. I gifted one to Eli. That's the only way I could get him on the stream. It is gorgeous. It is so beautiful. It's such a vibe. You've got the fish jumping up and down. You got the water. You got the chess. Like, tell me what it took to make this board. How long did it take? I want to hear all the details.
Well, these characters are actually 3D characters. So we got the characters originally from Dith and his team, and then just made 3D characters out of them. I would say that they came out extremely well, and then having the different kind of items in the tiles, like, it just shows a lot of the little details that comes out of the game. And it's not super obvious, but the Lowland is a 3D game and Gigaverse is a 2D game. But I think that, yeah, the interpretation came out here pretty well.
I love it. It's so cool to see this cross-chain or cross-IP partnership. Like, the board looks amazing, but also Dith, we now have Lowland loot boxes that was just announced like minutes before we went on stream. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about this.
So the loot boxes are live. We brought Gabby to life in Gigaverse. There's like a kind of like a standard Gabby, and then there's a Giga Gabby, which is my
You know which one I am. Don't call me standard Gabby.
No. That's doesn't do you justice. And then we have the owl character as well, from Lowland. It's live. It's live for the next week or so. I think the skins look dope. The thing that I'm happiest about and like how we design Gigaverse is like very intentional from the outset. That like a Gigaverse is a universe of universes, and it allows us to just do like really cool, creative, fun things, like bringing partner IP into the world, and therefore, for it to actually make sense, for it to be there, and for it to look like it belongs there. Give a lot of credit. Like, I love what the guys of Gabby and his team have created, and I also love the artist interpretation on our side. And I can see, like, people are minting the Lowland loot boxes like every minute.
Another really cool thing I'd want to share is that when somebody mints the NFT in Lowland, we split the revenue between Gigaverse and YGG, and when someone mints the loot box in Gigaverse, we split the revenue between both companies. So it's actually super freaking cool.
Yeah, I don't know if this is, or at least I don't know if it's been done in this way, because it's all programmatic. It's like a real-time two-way rev share with the cross IP dynamic at play as well.
That's amazing. I love that. I mean, that seems like something that's only really possible in Web3, where it can be, smart.
Absolutely, 100%.
Contract based. And I love seeing that, again, the cross IP collaboration. Like, we're all, all boats rise with the tide. We're all here to support each other. So I guess, like, I mean, what are you guys kind of seeing on your end from that? Like, do you, I guess
Oh,
does
it's almost like this should be protocolized or something, right, Gabby?
Protocolized.
Mm.
there's a buzzword, ICOV. What do we think of
Interesting.
that meta?
Sorry, I missed that. I had somebody else on another line. What was the question?
I feel like we just got some alpha dropped. They're talking about how this cross IP collaboration is working at the protocol level with smart contracts, where they're both doing rev share from in-game purchases, both in Lowland when you buy the Gigaland map board, and then in Gigaverse through the Lowland Gabby NFT skins, and they just dropped protocolized as a term on us that seems like alpha. I don't know.
I think that anybody that can figure out really clever ways to do revenue sharing, whether that is from game to game or from various apps inside a protocol or even with end users, it's a great flywheel for attention. I mean, that's part of our idea of adding incentivized ref links to the Proof Play Arcade. Everybody wants to share something if they can make money from it. And it's a great way to get your name out there. So no, I'm in full agreement there. It's a very interesting new vertical. And I think a lot of what we haven't seen there over the last few years is because of regulatory and that becoming a lot more open. Revenue sharing, ref links, all those things kind of baked in. Had a little bit of a shadow over them because of an overzealous regulatory arm prior to 2025. So I think you'll see more of that and a lot more clever ways of trying to grow the pie.
I absolutely love that. We have some other special guests backstage. I want to bring them on in just a minute, but I want to ask Gabby and Dith how they their response to what ICOB's just said. Are you finding the horizon of kind of the regulations and kind of the broader crypto adoption as is that a signal that factored into your partnerships or how you're kind of strategizing moving forward with the protocolization and the partnerships and the design of these games? I'm curious if there was anything there. Gabby, maybe I'll go to you first.
Yeah, I don't think that we thought of it specifically for this partnership, but what we've seen with the regulations getting friendlier towards crypto is that a lot of companies are keen on taking more risks, and they now know that the SEC probably isn't going to try to sue them, which is always great. And yeah, when your president makes his own meme coin, I think we can start doing more interesting stuff, right?
Dith, how does the evolving landscape, how does it sit with you as you're designing Gigaverse and, kind of just navigating the landscape?
Yeah, I think as Gabby said, it didn't play too heavy of a factor here. What's great for us to see is that and it's odd because the US is usually at the forefront of innovation and tech adoption and whatever. The reality though is in the last few years, it's been a competitive disadvantage to be a US based crypto company. And finally that the US can come play ball with the rest of the world, which is awesome to see. That's going to just raise the bar for everyone. So yeah, I mean, for us, honestly, to date, it hasn't, we're in a great spot. We haven't had to worry whatsoever. But maybe as time goes on, we get even kind of more aggressive or more adventurous, and it's only a good thing that we're having a better regulatory environment, and it's kind of easier to make bold new bets.
I love that. Go ahead, Eli.
I was gonna say, can I crack open some loot boxes, some Lowland loot boxes, real quick? See if we get a rare Gabby skin.
Let's open some loot boxes. Okay.
Let me see.
By the way, Eli Garnish is shipping he's patching right now. You may need to refresh after you buy them to see them in your inventory.
Yeah, he DM'd me. So I'll refresh. All right, I'm gonna buy 10 of them. Let's see. Last time I got really lucky. I only needed to buy 2, and I got the rarest one. So maybe this time I can get some good pools.
Wait, as you're doing that, Eli, this is a party. It's a launch party. Let me bring up some other special guests. We got the legend Cairo in the building. We also got my man Marcello joining us as well. Wait, can I get you guys on there?
Good. Hello, everyone.
Let's go. What a party.
Hello, hello. Yo, Icy, we got to run a spin for $100 in YGG.
All right.
I was not prepared for this.
Cairo coming in swinging.
Yeah, but I'm not one to turn down a challenge. My goodness.
Congrats on the launch, guys. The board looks absolutely amazing. You guys did incredible on that. It's really cool to see the crossover and collabs like this. We don't see enough of them.
Yeah, big congrats on the partnership, guys. This is huge. I'm super excited for this.
Yeah, guys, thank you for jumping in. We wanted to make it a party. We wanted to make it fun. So I'm honestly like blown away and just really flattered that you guys all came. So ICO Beast, Eli, Gabby, Dith, Cairo, Marcello, thank you guys so much for being here. We are on board with Eli opening up some loot boxes. Eli, talk to us. What's going on?
Okay, all right. So I bought 10 of them. I think it was like $30 for all 10. We have a 25% chance to get the most common skin. We have 15% chance to get the more rare owl skin from Alolan. Then we have a 5% chance to get the legendary Gabby skin and the legendary owl skin. So I think I'll have some pretty good chances here. I think they might have fixed the RNG for me just for the stream. We'll see. But let's see. Okay, we got 10. So the nice thing about okay, we got whatever. We got a common. The nice thing, look again.
You got Gabby's body, man. You don't want to fade Gabby's body.
No, I love Gabby's body. Love Gabby's body. Look, the one thing I'll say that's really cool before I open the rest of them about Abstract that I don't think gets enough praise is the fact that I don't have to sign a transaction every single time I want to open a loot box. It feels like super. I was getting ready to sign a transaction and then it didn't pop up, so I thought that was dope. Okay, we got a common Gabby body. What's we gonna? Oh shit!
Oh, yeah. Streamer loot.
That's the
Let's go.
Nice. It's definitely rigged.
Look, I'm the new CEO of Gigaverse. If they didn't give me something good,
Chief Eli Officer.
Chief Eli Officer. I'm getting some good pulls. We got a legendary owl skin. Let's see if we can get the rest of the. Okay, all right. I love Gabby's body. I love Gabby's head. Pause. Okay, all right. What do we got next? Okay, another Gabby head. All right, look, I'm enjoying this, but come on, give me some legendaries. Oh my god, bro!
Getting so much better.
So
you started off too hot, man. You started off.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, but I need the full set of his. Dude, I need the full set. Come on, I got 2 more left. Okay, all right. What are they doing to me here?
I think we're gonna have to put a.
Yo, what the fuck?
I can smell a deal in the future of this. I think we got to burn.
Oh shit! Okay, all right. I didn't get a full set, but I think I can probably trade around. So we got a legendary owl head. We got 2 legendary Gabby heads, and then we got a ton of normal Gabby heads and bodies. So I'm grateful for that. But that was dope. But the cool thing is,
by the way, these loot boxes are only available for 1 week. So, yeah you have all the next 7 days.
Gotta go to Hugis.
You don't want to miss these ones.
Yeah, and then also there's a welcome pack too if you're new to the game, which I just saw, which is dope.
Can we talk about that for a second? So, Dith, you've been driving massive revenue with Gigaverse. I saw like the sales volume numbers that you're sharing. I think annualized out, it's like $6 million. Like, what is there something that you uncovered or discovered that was responsible for the success? What do you attribute it to? Are there any tips that we can learn from this to apply to other Web3 games that maybe Gabby is thinking of for publishing and YGG Play and things like that? Like, I mean, help me understand this.
There's probably a couple of things, but firstly, I'll give a lot of credit to my co-founder here, who is an incredible engineer and developer. He's been like an indie game dev for like a decade. And so we just play like a lot of games ourselves. We kind of like have a sense of what good looks like, and we pull inspiration from all kinds of places, not just Web3 but like Web2 games. So the first thing that not a lot of people know is like we actually have, I think it's now 6 revenue streams. So there's the revenue is being generated in a bunch of different.
Oh, sorry. It's not I added my Gigaland, but I think the audio is really loud. Sorry, Dith, are you still there?
Yeah.
Sorry, you were added revenue from, you said 6 different streams?
Yeah, I think it's 6 now, and it's only ever going to be more. Some of them are kind of small and gradual, like fee style revenue streams, and others are like very obvious, you know, like the loot box, right? Like, hey, it's kind of only available for a limited amount of time, and it's like the only time you'll be able to get these skins, so head over and buy them. The other thing, though, that I would say is like, games are like, a lot of games make monetization feel pretty like lame, right? Like when we were designing, for example, the Giga Juice, it was very intentional that like, hey, we could have just called that like a VIP subscription, but VIP subscriptions suck. No one wants to do that. Subscriptions suck. Like we also like, you see that Black Mirror episode where like, you know, this is like, we're all signed up to everything forever.
Yeah.
So we very intentionally designed it in like a more mimetic way. Like Giga Juice, it's cool. It's memeier, and it's like more fun, and it, you know, culturally like exists, kind of has a role within the universe to drink your juice. And the second is like, we purposely opted not to make it a recurring subscription and to feel like your ass was locked in. You buy it for several months. You can buy it for like a week, a month, 3 months, or 6 months, but you're not like on the hook, Black Mirror style, to get rinsed forever, right? So yeah, you know, there's little techniques like that and sort of first principle thinking that goes in. And then I think the last thing is that, you know, we've put some thought into like how we design the game economy. So for people who want to play like the economic metagame, can do so. And like we see the P&L of players in Gigaverse, and some of these guys are, you know, are making like nice bank from the game. And so having that as like backdrop as well just kind of encourages, it honestly just makes it easier for people to like be monetized, like just buy juice, and to like, they feel like kind of excited to spend in the game. So I put all that together, and that's probably it.
I really admire the first principles, like foundational level thinking. You're also like providing a really great experience for the player, the gamer, but like respecting them at the same time. So I really appreciate that. We do got to get to these Cairo and Marcello spins, but before we do that, Cairo's getting ready. I can see him. I want to tag in ICO Beast real quick, because you guys are, I imagine, doing a lot of similar things with Proof of Play and the Proof of Play Arcade, which is now live on Abstract. Let me pull this up here. I think that this just went out. So I'm really curious, ICO Beast, like how you guys are approaching the Proof of Play Arcade, and, you know, your thoughts on kind of what we've been doing, and also like, you know, publishing. And I don't know if you need a publisher. I could recommend a really great publisher. Just throwing that out there. I don't know, but tell us a little bit more about the Proof of Play Arcade.
Yeah, man. So it's an interesting step for us. We've kind of huddled up internally around this idea of producing games that people want to play because they're fun. We've seen over the last few years that all sorts of user acquisition models and incentivizations, they work for attracting people to use your things at first, but it almost over time it kind of turns the relationship from people seeking enjoyment and fun, possibly incentives, possibly money, and it turns into this transactional relationship instead of this thing that people go to escape and to find joy and delight. And so this is a big first step for us towards kind of not course correcting, but like really kind of going against the state of the industry, how it's been for the last few years, of saying, hey, we believe this game is fun. We believe that people are going to find value in entertainment, and that they're willing to spend a little bit of money. It's like going to the arcade as a kid growing up. We all loved that. And so for like 25 cents or 30 cents, you can play the game. And it's a value for that at that price point. Like you can play for 5-10 minutes. And that's probably the best 30 cents you can spend on entertainment. So it's that concept of, we all went to the arcade, tossed our quarters in, we played for 10-15 minutes, then we had to reload our lives or reload the credits. And everybody has great memories of doing that. And so that's where the idea for this came from. Abstract is obviously the place to be right now for crypto gamers, and there's a lot of eyes on it. And so that's the idea. But we believe that people will pay to play games that are fun. They like to compete. They like to share those experiences with each other, and they like to make memories playing fun stuff. And so we took iTides, which is like the most popular game loop on Pirate Nation, and we retooled it a little bit. We added like more juiced up starting decks and the ability to select from a bunch of different characters. And so there's some pretty interesting things you can do once you've got that like baseline framework in place. Some interesting activations you could do, some interesting ways to kind of modify it. So there's a lot of internal ideas that we're playing with, but really the idea was, hey, let's bring a fun roguelike, however you want to say it, game to the masses and make it super accessible and let people play it for fun and share it widely. And also, if you share your ref link, you can make money from other people playing it. So it's kind of this incentive to tell your friends about it, but also to encourage playing it and sharing the ways you're doing it. The other cool part of it is because we've got leaderboards, we've got the ability to get big multipliers, and you can buy extra credits to like super juice your scores. It makes UGC super easy. You can share your scores. They get kind of absurdly high if you buy extra credit. Like you can run a 10x run for $3, and like that's a lot cheaper than a lot of various things you can buy in crypto. So people are likely to try that out, likely to see what they can do. And so that's the idea. Is we want people to be able to have fun, make quick memories, and come back for more of it and share it with their friends.
Moon that, Eli. Moon that. Abstract
Moon that
August. We're mooning that. I'm going to get a referral code, and all you guys are going to use my referral code. It sounds like something that we should protocolize, Gabby.
There you go.
I like that. So I love that we got to this point in the conversation, and don't worry, Cairo. I see the DGen itches. Shout out to Emily in the background. Hi, Emily.
They're saying hi. Wave.
We love Emily. Shout out to Emily. We're going to get to the DGen stuff in just a minute, but I want to go back to this idea of casual games, DGen outcomes, because we're all casual gamers and we're all, hardcore DGens maybe. So tell me a little bit more about how you kind of got to this thesis, Gabby, kind of what it means for you and Lowland and YGG Play and a little bit of your work with Gigaverse.
Yeah, so the core insight in us starting the YGG Play label and starting development with Lowland is that the primary audience in crypto is really the DGen, right? Like everybody's a DGen. People do it different ways. Some people play games, some people flip meme coins, some people trade perps, but everyone in crypto pretty much is a DGen. And that is kind of the core insight that led to Lowland and YGG Play. We wanted to make games that were super easy for people to get into. I might not be a hardcore gamer. I might not be playing an MMO. I might be, for example, playing Lowland while I'm trading perps, for example, or like flipping the daily runners and the shitters, right? And and this shows in the game. Like the graphic is super nice. You got lore with your favorite games, very crypto native, and as shown by the early revenue of the game, I think that the casual DGen thesis is working.
Yeah, I love that. I think it makes a lot of sense. Eli even said it like, at this day and age, we're more adults, so we don't have as much time to be, hard sweating off the grid like Cairo does. But we still have that DGen itch. So this is something that you can put up, Gigaverse and Lowland on the screen and have it going. I actually really like that we had both of them going. Eli's a DGen and got back onto Gigaland, which you love to see. Dith, I don't know if you want to just chime in real quick on the casual games DGen outcomes concept, how that rings with you and Gigaverse.
We published a very simple set of first principles from which we are designing the game. We published those, I think, before the game even went live, and basically it's got to be super simple. We want people to understand what you need to do within 30 seconds or less, and you don't need to go to docs to figure it out. Of course, you also want to have some depth, and if people want to go down the rabbit hole, they can. But to get started, you should be able to figure out where to go and what to click just from what you see on the screen. So that's the casual part. And then the DGen part, we said it kind of lines up with the name of our studio, which is good luck, have fun, which is like simply feeling the risk and reward moment, right? Where you make a bet, you have like a moment where this thing could pay off for you or it may not. And we can do that at like a micro level. There doesn't have to be money on the line. It could be something else, like if you die in the dungeon, you drop an item, you don't get it back. Or if you're trying to get some HP, you can go to this like blood fountain, but there's actually a chance that it damages you and kills you. So we just try to fill the game full of that feeling of risk and reward. So yeah, from a first principles basis, just really aligned, I think, with Gabby's vision of what the on-chain audience likes to see and experience in a game.
I absolutely love that, guys. I've been having so much fun. There's been a great launch party celebration of Gigaland and the YGG Play partnership. I know some of you guys got to go in just a few minutes, so we'll go out in true DGen fashion. We got some 1v1s that we're going to do. I already lost $20 in YGG to ICO Beast over here. So just, beware of the beast is all I'm going to say. Cairo jumped on the stream and challenged me to $100 in YGG, which I'm very nervous about, actually. I love my YGG. So Eli, I think you got 4 spins left. Is that true?
I have 4 spins left. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So just enough for Cairo and Marcello. Cairo, the way that we do it is you can pick the first roll or the second roll.
Let's
okay.
go.
All right. Eli. Help.
4. Oh, God, dude.
It's okay.
Okay, hit me with that. Hit me with that 5. Hit me with that 5.
All right.
Keep it low. Keep it low. Come on.
10.
All right, whatever. It's going to a good guy. That's all that matters.
It's not going to anyone, is it? He's just keeping it?
What?
No, we
it's for $100.
Oh
God. I didn't even hear that part. That's crazy.
dude, I was so sure that I was going to lose that. Cairo, thank you so much. I don't get to beat you in many games, so this is great for me. This also does not bode well for your Sugartown tournament that is coming up.
Maybe I just got the bad luck out of the way. Yo, don't spend all that in one place either, by the way.
All right, Marcello, I've got a few extra YGG tokens to degen away now. So I'll give you the free roll and I'll match what we did with ICOB. So if you win $20 in YGG, courtesy of Cairo.
Let's go.
and if I win, then I just get to keep Cairo's money.
Works for me.
So you get to pick, Marcello. Do you want the first spin or the second spin?
I'll go with second.
Okay, Eli.
Eli.
Ooh.
Oh. Uh-oh. You got a bank win. All right, my last spin. This is for you, Marcello. 9. There you go.
Oh, yo, let's go.
All right. Dougie Hype, are you there?
Yeah, baby, let's go. Oh boy, I just woke up and I get to see all these beautiful faces right now.
Dougie, I love you so much. You look amazing. Thank you for jumping into the celebration launch party of Lowland and Gigaverse partnering up through YGG Play. We are at the end of this, but I appreciate you being here, Dougie. We'll do a 1v1 off stream. I want to give the floor to Gabby and Dith to close us out, of course. And guys, Cairo, if you got to jump, Dith, I think you have to jump. So maybe I'll go to you real quick before you got to go, Dith. What do people need to know about Gigaverse right now? They can go get the loot boxes, gamble, or test their chances like Eli did, and try and pull the Giga Gabby. Tell us what they need to know.
Yeah, for sure. First, thanks also, IC, for just like running a really awesome stream. Super fun. You kind of touched on it there. Like, Gigaverse is live every week. We ship updates. There's less than 7 days now to get the Lowland themed loot box. We're never going to put those loot boxes, those skins up again. And the Gigaverse board in Lowland looks awesome as well. So encourage everyone to try that out. I'm going to be trying out later tonight myself. And thanks again. It's a lot of fun.
Dith, thank you so much for gracing us with your time, man. Thank you for your hard work and continued efforts to push Gigaverse. Good luck, have fun, casual DGen games, and just overall Web3 gaming forward. The thing that I love and admire the most about you is that you're so transparent and like active on the timeline, sharing, the first 111 days of Gigaverse, sharing your thesis, and then just engaging with the space in an earnest and respectful way. And, just doing great things, like providing great experiences. The mark of a great game for me is like my friends playing it and having fun. And I loved watching Eli just like go ham with Gigaverse. So congrats and thank you.
Thank you, brother. I'll drop, but let's do this again sometime.
Absolutely. Gabby, let's close out YGG Play. So excited for you guys. It was first announced with Lowland, but now you followed it up with your first third-party partner, Gigaverse. Gap Season 10 is coming to an end. People are starting to get excited about YGG Play Summit. We've got the Gigaland. I just want to bank win. Let's go. We've got the Gigaland board. I don't know, just kind of close out what people need to know, what they can look forward to with YGG Play, maybe a little bit of alpha in the NFT skins on Lowland. Talk to me.
Yeah, I'll give a very specific piece of alpha. The NFT rarity matters. There's different rarities from common, magic, rare, epic, and we are gonna be dropping a feature tomorrow where you want to have the rarer NFTs. My team's gonna kill me if I say anything more, so I'll leave you guys with that.
No problem. We're going to kick off Abstract August tomorrow with that massive Lowland YGG announcement. So I look forward to that. You guys know I'm an official YGG partner, so we'll be amplifying and sharing that, jumping into the games. Gabby, thank you so much for taking the time. I know it's late over there. It's always a pleasure when we get to speak to you. And just, it's been such an honor to work with you. Long-term games with long-term people. Your team has been amazing. The games are so fun. And like to see you partner with Gigaverse just is amazing. It's awesome. Abstract is cooking. Like
Abstract is definitely cooking. Yeah.
As a Web3 gamer, it's just like, it's a great time to be alive. So I just want to thank you for that.
It's fun, right? Like that's the most important thing. Like we had a lot of fun doing this collab. I think people are gonna have a lot of fun doing stuff in Gigaverse, in Lowland. There's a bunch of other cool games on Abstract right now. And the best feeling is when you're just having fun doing all of this. It doesn't feel like work.
And I gotta shout, speaking of not working, getting to play games for your work, what could be better than that? Lowland hosts their game nights. Typically every Friday is what I've been seeing, the cadence. So shout out to Yikin in the Lowland Discord. Anyone that goes to the game night, I think you get like 50 free rolls. So what's better than that? You get some free rolls. You get to go hang out and play some games. So if you're not in the Lowland Discord, if you're not following Lowland on Twitter, you're going to want to do that because it's amazing. It's Gabby, it's YGG. A win for them is a win for crypto gaming. So with that, guys, Marcello, thank you so much for jumping in. Dougie Hype, I appreciate you. Marcello, I'll get you your 20 YGG. Congrats on that. Let's do it real quick, Doug. We'll go out on a bang. Doug, I got some rolls here. Do you want Doug left.
My computer crashed, Icy.
Gabby's gone.
You can see my whole studio.
What
Major disasters happening right in public.
What an incredible moment. This is incredible. Guys,
you can see it's all fake, Icy. They thought it was real. Everything they thought was real. It's fake. It's not real. Dinosaurs aren't real.
Only on Gaming Daily, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, shout out to AE in the chat, KG, Ice and Dark, Kobe, Maddox Makes, PD in the Abstract stream. I appreciate everyone that tuned in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for celebrating the YGG Play Gigaland Gigaverse announcement. Again, I just can't stress long-term games with long-term people. No one's been longer term than Marcello, than Doug, than YGG, than Dith, then Eli, then ICO Beast, Cairo. Like, again, this is what I get to do. I get to hang out with my friends and play games, and hopefully win this 1v1 against Douglas Hype. Dougie,
we're gonna 1v1.
your mic. We got one roll for $20 in YGG. Do you want the first roll or the second roll? Whoever gets a higher number wins.
Oh, I gotta go first.
Okay, all right. That strategy did not work for Cairo.
Yeah, 'cause he's not
And-
a real gamer. He doesn't know what he's doing.
And Marcello, did you go first or second?
Marcello,
You're muted.
I went second.
So far, everyone that's gone second has won. Just gonna put that out there.
Yeah, I don't like to be like everyone else, Icy. You know what? I'm gonna go. I'm ready for whatever happens next.
All right. So you're going the first roll.
Number 1.
All right. He gets a 4.
I'm holding.
Can
my
I
finger.
beat a 4? Can I beat a 4? Let's see.
No, you can't. No!
Oh!
No, I have so many penguins and things here to help me, and they're. You didn't help me.
Man.
Bad penguin.
You penguin.
So Dougie, I love you. Marcello, I love you. I love
I
that you
have
got
like a room full of penguins, and the penguin vibe didn't
Need
work
one of
for me.
these.
Look
dog.
at
Need
yeah.
one of
the
these.
green one is so sick. I want the green one so bad, dude. I need
This
one
is
of
from
those.
some event that people drew on. It was kind of cool.
Amazing. I got my pudgies in the background as well.
Let's go.
Guys, this has been the celebration of YGG Play and Gigaland. I'm an official YGG Play partner.
YGG is pretty dope. I love the whole guild. They're great people.
Incredible. Dougie, Marcello, if you guys can get out to YGG Play Summit in Manila in the
I have
fall,
to.
That's
you
real
got
in
to.
Manila.
It's a good time.
My girlfriend's Filipino, bro. I gotta go. I gotta figure out a way to get there.
Get a boat.
I haven't
just
been yet.
float over there.
Yeah, let's make it happen.
We do if they do the Wolves Den, they do the creator kind of like takeover. So
I'll hit up
keep
Sam.
an eye out for that. Maybe we can like loop you into that because that would be amazing. It would be
The
absolutely
last time we
bro.
did that, I made Marcello dress like T-Pain.
Yeah, the best time of my life, man.
That was incredible, guys. Incredible. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up there. I love you guys so much. Thank you to everyone that tuned into the stream. Thank you, Gabby. Thank you, Dith. Thank you, Eli, Cairo, ICO Beast hung out for the entire hour. That was so cool. Marcello jumped in. Dougie Hype came from the rafters to join us in the last minute. But his
I was trying to give everyone time to talk. I didn't want to take the spotlight away from people. But now I come in and the show's over. So jokes on. I tricked myself.
I appreciate you being so thoughtful, Dougie. G Crod in the chat, Ice and Dark, West in the building in the chat, Sunshine. Love you guys. Rila K, I saw earlier. Guys, you see it on my screen. This is the Gigaland board. It is so cool. I bought it today. When you buy one, you get two, or you can only buy two, something like that. They're not the cheapest thing. It was like $160, but man, am I happy with it. It is gorgeous. These are NFTs, so you can sell
it's a
them.
business expense too, because it's now your show promo.
Absolutely. If I did that stuff and it was smart.
Yeah, never mind. We won't talk about that.
Gigaverse has loot boxes, so you can go check those out. If you are a casual gamer looking for some degen outcomes, go check out Gigaverse and Gigaland on Lowland. My name is Icy Gaming. We are gaming on Abstract. And thank you guys for being here. I'm going to end the stream, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Abstract August. Let's go.
Abstract August indeed.